What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna get this fuel system all the way done. No more problems. We're gonna get it finished up and started up and get the base fuel pressure set in, and then we can start doing stuff. We can start tuning the car finally after like 4 years, it feels like. So the first thing, like we left off in the last video, is getting that flex fuel sensor wired in and mounted and all of it put back together. So let me show you the parts I got to make that work, and then we'll mount it and cut some line and make it all work together. I'm so upset about that. Alright, so the first piece is this 90-degree fitting that is going to go on the regulator and then hook up to the flex fuel sensor. And then we got this 8A and union fitting to make those two hoses together. So that's what we're gonna do. Just for reference, pressure regulator is back there, so we're gonna mount it underneath it and then run the line. So first things first, we're gonna take this line off and put that 90-degree fitting on it. All right, so we got the lines re-mocked up with the new flex fuel sensor and all that good stuff, and let me just show you. Besides talking about it, let's just look at it. So you can see the blue down there? Well, that's the flex fuel sensor. There you go, you kind of see it down in there. So that's the flex fuel sensor, and it goes to a 90, which is kind of weird, but then it comes up and then back to where it was. And then it comes in here, it does that good stuff, and goes down, and it fits again. So I'm all kinds of happy about that. As long as it fits, I'm good with that part of it, at least. So I gotta rewire flex fuel sensors. I already have the wire ran to the Mega Squirt, so hopefully I left enough slack to be able to wire this in, because that would be cool. But that's what we're gonna do, and then go from there. The car is on the ground again. Oh, it's been on jack stands for so long. It's finally on the ground. So the injector harness still isn't on, and we're gonna do that in a little bit, but I feel so accomplished right now. Let me show you the wiring. It's not loomed yet because we're gonna make sure everything works first, and then I'll loom those wires so you can't. I just don't like looking at wires, and plus I just did the whole engine bay, so I don't want to see wires. So check it out. So there's all the stuff back there. Can't really see it. It's hard to see even in person, but the two white and red wires coming out, those are my wires, and then it's grounded to the same thing as the ground strap on the engine, so that worked out. And then, so here's my power wire. One powers up the boost solenoid, and then one powers up the flex fuel sensor. So there's my wires to that right there. And then the white wire, you can just barely see it, goes into the car, into the Mega Squirt, into pin 13. I think it's 13, I'll double check myself, but launch. It's the launch input pin, that's where they say to wire in your flex fuel sensor, so I did that. So it's all wired up. So the only thing that's not done is injector harness. So we just need to put that on. Everything is on now. Everything is tightened. We have clearance everywhere. We don't have to worry about the stupid splash guard hitting anything or a tire hitting a fuel line or any of that crap anymore. It's all put back together. So all we got to do is get that in, get that injector harness on here, and then we can get a start, get a base fuel pressure, and go for it. And the other thing is, before I start the car, I have to change the tune a little bit to be able to put my injectors in, because we have 88 pound, but then since we're going to be running the car at 58 psi, it actually turns out that we'll be running 105 pounds is what DShworks says they are at 4 bar, because we're going to be running 4 bar fuel, because we have enough fuel pump to do it, and it atomizes better, and why not, because it makes your injectors flow more fuel. So there you go. So yeah, there's lots of stuff to do still, but those are a couple of the things. At least they're not that hard, it's easy stuff. So I'm going to see if I'm going to check out this injector harness real quick, and then we'll keep going. But for now, I'm going to go eat some tacos.
I know I cover up my fault lines with silly putty. Like the laughs gonna make the bad turn to nothing, but that's rubber, I'm glue. All I say, stick to you, trying to get closer to the truth. Man, I ain't 22 no more, gotta shoot for the moon. If I fall on the floor, I always get back up, ask for more. I'ma keep playing pain strings till they chanting encore. Do you, don't let them push your youth through a door that they open. This an open wound, I'm an open book. I'm a kook, shooting hoop dreams, they breaking through the roof. They be at the tree of Eden, trying to tear out all its roots. I be aiming for a king, playing around in a booth. Like this'll all work out. Tell my mama I'll be cool, she ain't gotta worry about a little chicken flew the coop. Chicken, little knew the truth, the sky's always falling down. Everybody's reaching out, thinking they can grab the clouds.
Alright, so we got this harness on, it's all plugged in, we are ready to go, the car is back together, I'm pumped, it took forever, again, this is harder than the turbo, than the engine swap, this was garbage, absolute garbage. This was so hard for some reason, I just felt like everything was going wrong. The other thing we gotta do is change plugs because all my plugs are about out right now. But I say we leave off on a win tonight, and I will see you guys tomorrow or the next day when we load up the tune and get all fat and happy, but that'll be like in a couple of seconds for you. So I will see you in a couple seconds. And we are back to put the right settings in the Mega Squirt, or in Tuner Studio, so we can get this thing started up today. Just see how much fuel two 340s can actually pump into the system. So while I'm doing this real quick, I wrote down all my injector data already, and so I'll be going over it. I'll even put the sheet of the Deechworks injector data on here so you guys can know what I'm talking about. But so on 4 bar, so which is 58 psi of fuel pressure, that these injectors run 105 pounds per hour instead of the 88 that they run on 43.5 or 3 bar. So I gotta enter that into the required fuel, and then for the injector dead time at 13.2 volts, I have a 1.325 millisecond dead time. And then for the one thing in Tuner Studio is so for the voltage of the injector, actually there's like a graph, and the graph is not straight, but Mega Squirt makes it so it is straight, so you have to like kind of interpolate between the volts and then get a number that works. So for mine right now, I have 0.215 milliseconds between the volts, and again, we'll have a full video about these settings, but for now, that's what I'm going to run, and we might have to change some things because, like I said, that line is not linear. It is a curved, funky, it's not too funky, but it's not linear. So we're going to do that real quick. So I just got done putting everything in. Sorry for the crappy video, you can see me in there, but let me just show you the couple of things I fixed real quick. So I went to fuel settings, went to injector dead time, and then so you see injector dead time at 13.2 volts is milliseconds. 1.325 is what I calculated at 4 bar for these injectors, and then the battery voltage correction in milliseconds is I got 0.215 after a little bit of averaging. Like I said, it's not perfect. It's not a linear scale. It has stupidness in it. The other thing I changed real quick, so I went in here, went to required fuel, and so I have a 148 cubic inch motor, 8 cylinders, 105 pound per hour, and then air fuel is 14:1 because everything in California is at least 10% ethanol, which is, and Stoich for that is 14.1, not 14.7. So there you go. And okay. And we're running speed density, and we changed squirts per engine cycle from 4 to 2. So everything in here is ready to go. So the last thing we got to do is gap all the plugs and swap them out. And I'm probably going to buy a bunch of plugs because we're going to be tuning this thing. So we're gapping all of these plugs at 30. There's a nice little plug. And then gapping all at 30, which I think they're pre-gapped at 30, but never hurts to check. Yep. We've done 3 so far, and it's looking kind of nice. So we got NGK's R5671A-8s. It's a mouthful. But so far so good. And 3 down, 5 to go. Taunt. Done. We did the easy side. I don't know why I did the easy side first, but now the hard side with the downpipe and all that not fun stuff. So let's just get to it, do the best we can, and pray that it doesn't kill me. So those spark plugs are in now, and it was a lot less frustrating than I thought it was going to be. To be totally honest with you, I was not that bad at all. Like, even under the downpipe and everything, I thought it was going to be tough, I was going to be upset, but nothing made me want to, like, rage. So it did pretty good. All right, well, I guess let's burn these changes into the controller and see if it starts and get this fuel pressure right. I'm kind of nervous. I'm really nervous, to be honest. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think I have enough gas. Maybe I don't have enough. Oh, that was a miscalculation. I don't know if I've talked about this yet. The fuel sensor doesn't work because I have a 7310 and it's for a 15816 ohm sensor. So I got this thing from Tanks, which it'll make it work, make the fuel sensor work. So, but yeah, for now, I have no idea how much gas I have in the tank. I put 5 gallons and then I flushed like a gallon out. So I don't know. I think we have enough. We're gonna give it a shot. Alright, so it started up. We got all the settings right. It sounds real good. Sounds really good. So, yeah, the fuel system is done. Finally. It took forever. It took so long. But we finally made it. We finally got it done, and I am pumped. So we don't got any leaks. And look at that. Look how beautiful that is. And, man, yeah, I took a thorough check. I really thought about this. So with the vacuum off, we are 58 psi, which is 4 bar, which everything is running off of 4 bar. So we're doing pretty good. We got enough gas in it. It's time to start tuning. I mean, get this hood back on and then let's start tuning. The other weird thing, so every time I rev it, the whole car shakes, or vibrates, I should say. And I'm thinking that is because the intercooler is mounted to the core supporter of the chassis, and there is no give to it. And I can actually pull on the intercooler piping and the whole car shakes. So I gotta get some rubber O-rings or something and put those in there so I don't get shook to death when I do anything with the car. So that's one thing that I gotta check because that is freaking me out. So yeah, we gotta fix that real quick. So we're back in business. It's time to start tuning. We got some other stuff to do, but get it done. Let's get it done. So that is the end of this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe. I hope you liked the video. And on that note, I'll catch you on the next one. Still absolutely the most satisfying part of this whole thing is being able to put gas in the tank and drop my filling tube thing. Let's get a little ASMR. Filling up the tank. Make sure it all works correctly. Still. Oh, it just guzzles it. Just absolutely guzzles it. It's great. I love it. It's a lot of gas. Good deal.
I know I cover up my fault lines with silly putty. Like the laugh's gonna make the bad turn to nothing, but that's rubber, I'm glue. All I say is stick to you, trying to get closer to the truth. Man, I ain't 22 no more.